Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google L, and Apple. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to the website, sign up for the free membership, or go to YouTube and subscribe. So let's look at the daily chart on Facebook. 13 million on a day, 1.76% up, 2.62 cents on the day. So we're above the 20, the 50 MA. Strong stance, still above the 200 as well, but we're slightly inside this bar. We need to get above 152.11 to continue up, fill this gap, and then possibly higher prices. We are going into earnings season, so this gives a 50-50 shot, guys. Do they run this up into earnings? Do they crater this down into earnings? Or do we just chop around in a bearish manner, possibly setting up for lower prices? Remember, guys, 50-50 shot. Do not go heavy into earnings. Go with a half position. If it goes up, you add more to short. If it goes down, you add more to go long. So here's some targets. 135 for the long. Gosh, if it goes up and cracks this level, maybe 160, 165. For all I know, it's Facebook, guys. We could go up another 30, 40. So watch for earnings, guys. If you're short, don't get burned. If you're long, just don't load the house. That's all I'm saying. So daily chart, though, okay. Let's see if we can consolidate down here in this lower range. If we do, we might be setting up for possible lower prices. Again, guys, earnings coming up. Anything's possible with these stocks. Weekly chart on the close. Nothing wrong, guys. Above the 20, above the 50, above the 200 moving average. Chopping in a nice bullish manner. If this thing starts to take off, who knows where it will go. Bulls will get excited. People will start chasing. This thing will start going higher. If this pattern fails, though, we will be going downtown, guys. 115, the 135 area. This 132 or 133, 51, 50 MA, that aligns with the 200 MA on the daily chart. So that's 133. This is 135. You're going to have great support down here. Great long unless the markets are going down. It will be a market trade. If the markets are cratering, it will go lower than this. If the markets are staying strong and we bounce in this area, Facebook, buy the dip mentality, this one will go straight up. So we'll be watching for buy long areas. We'll be watching for short areas. So watch for that. Monthly chart, though, guys, this is what we're watching. Getting a little bit extended from the 20 MA. Have to watch that. Still nice pattern, guys. Nice stall, though. 3 months, guys, of a stall and in a range. So let's see if we could pop up on earnings or we drop and get out of this, gosh, what is it, 155? About a $10 range. That's what it's been on Facebook for the last 3 months. So watch for that. Nice consolidation, though, on the monthly. You have to get hats off to that as well. Amazon, guys. Let's go to the daily chart. Daily chart, a lot of these tech stocks have the same thing, guys. We rally up, we pull back, we rally up, we come down, nice bearish pattern, pull back, and then we're starting to make a move for another run to the top of the channel. Same thing. Here's your lower channel, here's your upper channel. So right now, though, we recaptured the 50 MA on Amazon, but we need to get back above the 20 MA. We need to start shooting up to 618, 750. We'll have this little pivot right around 1,008, and 1,000 is going to be natural resistance as well, guys. We've been chopping up and down around it, so it's getting a little bit weaker, but again, earnings coming up. This thing can shoot to, gosh, 1,100. It could drop to 857. I still believe here's your target. Same thing, guys. Just like Facebook, we started at 200 MA, has not touched it. That will be the target eventually. Just like the 50 MA, guys. Look how it hasn't touched the 50, touches it. Comes back, hasn't touched it since what, two months or so. Boom, right back into the 50. Comes back in a month later, comes right back into the 50. Now it's starting to fight. But this down, sideways chopping, if it stays down in this lower range, this could be setting up for lower prices. Like I said, though, earnings, I know I sound like a broken record. It will be a 50-50 shot. Will it go up? Will it go down? We will find out. Weekly chart, Amazon. Same thing as Facebook. They're all the same, guys. Tech, 50 or 20, 50, 200 MA, chopping around in a sideways stance. There's nothing wrong, guys. Light volume, volume's been okay. We had some volume on this. That's where we're going up and down. But right now, guys, nothing really wrong. We'll have to keep and waiting for the next couple of weeks for the earnings report. Monthly chart on Amazon, though. It did close a couple days, 8 days ago, still above the MAs, but a little bit stretched like I've been saying. This one's at 779, guys. That'd be a hell of a move down if this thing comes into the 20 MA. This will continue curling up as the price stays up in this area, but that's a great target too for the monthly chart. Let's go into Netflix. Netflix daily chart. Again, everything on Friday had a pretty good rally. Jobs number was good, and boom, everything goes up. So there's a couple stocks that got beat down. Costco just couldn't make a move if it's life dependent on it. And I'm surprised though. Costco's usually a strong stock, but we had some areas on a video, so go there and watch that. So again, same thing. We make this move up, a little pullback, make another move up, pullback. This one actually had a nice bearish pattern. We go back into the 750 retrace and then boom, straight down. We come back down to the 750 retrace, come to this gap window, almost fills the gap, pops back up. Weak, little bit of a weaker stance than the other two. Back, still below the 50 and the 20 MA, trying to make a move. Remember though, down, sideways, going back up, inside bar, just like Facebook. Let's see if we can get above this. Big area, 152.18. Then we got to recapture 156.47 or the 50 MA, fill a gap, get to this pivot, and continue going. Again, ER's coming up. This thing can fly to double top. It could try, all these stocks can move 50 points, 30 points up or down. So we'll be watching for that. Just don't go into these positions loading the house. Just, oh man, it's Netflix. It's got to go up. Just be careful, guys. That's all I'm saying here. So down, sideways, down, sideways. This is slightly bearish. Will it play out into earnings? I don't know. But we're watching this lower end range consolidation. Still thinking this could be the target. See how we haven't hit this one either? Same stuff. Starts in February, boom, going straight up. Same with this. See how we haven't touched the 50 MA, 50 MA, 50 MA, boom, touches it. Comes back in, takes off, comes back into the 50 MA, takes off. Now we're back below. Let's see if we consolidate sideways, setting up for some lower prices. Weekly chart or weekly close. Oh gosh. We closed right below the 50 MA. Again, we made a run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks up. Pulls back. Nice little bearish pattern. I'd like to see more weeks sideways in this one. But let's see if we could kind of grind up here and just stay in this area and go sideways. This would be a little bit of a bearish inside bar, possibly setting up for lower prices. If we stay above the 20 and the 50 and start consolidating, this thing starts moving up. You're looking at double top, 170, 175. So right now we've just been in a range like the rest of them, up and down, up and down. Let's see what happens as we play into the earnings report on Netflix and on all these actually. Let's go into Googl. Googl, same thing, weekly charts, chopping around, except, same thing though. We pop up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, make a new all-time high, comes back, chops around, pulls back, still above the 20, the 50, and the 200, the broken record, and now we're sideways inside this huge red bar. Do we consolidate and continue up and do a nice retrace and then the fall? Do we stay in this lower range and chop around right on top of the 20 MA? We will see in the next couple weeks, but right now this little sell bar a little bit weak. That tells me lower prices possibly to come. Again, earnings coming up. Anything's possible, guys. This is Wall Street. This thing could fly another 200 points or it can drop another 200 points. Just like the rest of them though, guys, check this out. 200 MA starts up, going in, hasn't touched it. Same thing with this one, gets extended, comes in, gets extended, comes in, goes, has news or earnings, boom, straight up, gets extended, comes in, touch. Same thing, guys. Daily chart back below the 50 and the 20 MA, down sideways again. We're starting to go sideways on the month or the weekly and the daily. Weak stance below the MAs. This thing has to get back above the MAs, 962.14, and then we have to fill this gap here right around 972, get the double top or this little high pivot, and then possibly continue going. Again, earnings will drive this up or down. We'll try to figure it out. It did hold gap window. We still have a gap fill down in there, and then 858.21 is the 200 MA. I think these things are all going down here eventually. And if they don't, then I was wrong. Markets will start ripping up. We'll look for spots to possibly add more shorts on these. We are short all these stocks, guys. Not a heavy position going into earnings. If they pop, we will add more. If they drop, we'll take them off and possibly buy the dip and go long on these. I don't care, guys. I'm a bull, a bear. Don't care. Just want to be on the right side of the trade when it happens. Let's look at Apple. Apple daily chart, good volume, 19 million. Average, I should say. But guys, I love this pattern here. Look at this. This thing's just sitting waiting for earnings, guys. Nice down, bearish pattern below the MAs, and waiting to get down to the 130 area. Same thing again. If I show you, it's look at that, February starts, hasn't touched it, just like Apple. Look, it stays above the 20 MA, gets below it, almost kisses the 50, makes a run for the roses, chop, 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 look down, inside bar, down, touches the 50, because remember, it hasn't touched it in months, 6, 7 months. It's got to come back to that. That's home base. Starting to chop. Guess what next home base is? 200 MA for all these stocks. Been doing this stuff for a long time, guys. It always works out. Even if it pops up, it's going to eventually come down to the 200 MA. 7 months now. That's a long time. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We'll see what happens. But volume, okay. We had a pretty good 1% up, 145 on the day. So have to respect it. Still got to get back above the moving averages if you want to be more of a bullish stance. Fill this gap, make a run for the all-time high. So a lot of resistance coming up and a lot of support going down. So right now it's got a 50-50 shot. I mean, it's, what is it, 12, 13 bucks up or 13, 14 bucks down to the 200 MA. So 50-50 shot. Earnings will, tell us where this thing could possibly go. But I'm looking for a lot of gap and craps on earnings play. Monthly chart, again, I didn't look at the monthly on here. A little bit extended from the 20, just like the rest of them. But look at this. We're in this big channel 2 on Apple. Up to it, down to it, up to it, down to it, up to it. That's what we're looking at on a lot of these stocks. Just channeling up and down, up and down. Great trading. Every time it gets to the top, short it. Every time it gets to the bottom, go long, guys. The weekly chart, too, we talked about that. Little bit, no, we didn't actually on this one, but look at this. So we go up into this trend line here. Let's see where the trend line was. Oh, that's the channel again, guys, duh. So look at this big channel on the weekly. You can even see it a little bit better. So every time we get to the chop or top, starts chopping around, comes in, gets to the bottom, holds these levels. Now on the weekly, you see how we touched the 200 MA, boom, we took right off, straight shot up. I mean, this thing went from 90 bucks, guys, to 160 from June of last year, let's say. Gosh, what a run, guys. The unbelievable trading vehicles right now, guys, for up and down action. So watch this, though. Weekly down, sideways. We got 4 weeks sideways. We're back below the 20 MA. It's got to get back up in here. If this thing still chops around in this lower range where this gap fill is, this is setting up for lower prices. Targets usually around the 50 MA, which is 126.80. So watch for that. Again, guys, earnings season's coming up, or we are in earnings seasons. Anything can happen. These stocks can fly up or they can dump out. We'll know soon enough in the next 3 to 4 weeks where these stocks are heading, and we'll be putting out some trades on these if they go down or if they go up. So alright, guys, thanks again for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.